Welcome to this episode from the Wings.
Yeah, I saw Bernadette Peters in A Little Night Music, and actually she replaced
too.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I saw a Little Night Music.
Maybe we were there on the same night. Wouldn't
Because
that
we
be
didn't
wild?
know each other then.
We didn't.
That'd be so cute.
Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah. Welcome, one of our favorite people, Jessica Means, with us to the show today.
She's finally here. We have wanted you on the show for so long.
We have tried and tried, but she's a busy, famous girl. So she had too much to do. But Jessica, thank you so much for being here. We are going to talk because there's some things I think to an amateur or a person who's just getting started in theater that they don't really understand the difference between what does it mean when people say, are you equity or non-equity? And what does it mean to get your equity card? And so we were wondering if you would just take a moment and help us to understand that.
Actors Equity Association is basically the union for actors, much like a teachers union or a workers' labor union, right? So it provides an opportunity for artists to be represented so they're not taken advantage of. So it makes sure that they have scheduled breaks, that they receive benefits, and that they are being accurately represented. So I do believe that the goal of being equity, right, is that you've become a professional and that you are represented. But there's also, from what I know, perks. So, for example, when you are an amateur or you're trying to hoof it in the theater, right? You're trying to get those jobs. A lot of times you have to go to a cattle call. Basically, if you want to audition for certain houses, you would have to go when it opens for the auditions, and whenever they have time to see you, they'll see you.
Okay.
And sometimes you have to wait.
So basically, it's not that an agent is making a scheduled audition or something, right?
And then how do you get your equity card then?
You have to work. You have to receive a certain amount of points in an equity house.
Okay, how do you get a point?
You have to perform a show in an equity house.
Okay.
The Rouse Center, they were not. And several of my friends were working there before they were equity, and now it's become an equity house. When they did Addams Family was the first year it became an equity house. And so now anybody who performed in that performance did receive credit towards an equity card.
So the card is not just getting you into places that take the card, but it's actually keeping you out of places that don't take the card.
100%.
So, okay, so you already, spoiler alert, told us that you were not equity.
Yeah.
Why?
Do you really want to know? It's terrible.
The tea. Here's the hot tea. Hot goss.
This sounds like a
terrible.
great answer.
It's like terrible for me to say, but
we really want to know.
I wanted to go into theater in high school, and I was looking into going for college. And my mom, I waited tables at the time, and my mom goes, "Do you like waiting tables?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "Well, that's what you would probably do." And I was like,
yeah.
"Okay, so I'm a teacher."
Okay, shout out to Bonnie though. She is a legend. Her mom is a legend.
So true. But I think that's why.
But it's so true.
That's
and she's not afraid to say the honest truth.
No.
Your mom has always been very honest with
Yes.
you.
Because people breaking into it, and not that you're not talented, but people breaking into it, you have to wait tables for a while.
Well,
trying to work up to...
I still think that there's a lot of people that are famous that might not be as talented as people who are not famous.
But they have connections.
Or they're in the right place at the right time. And it is a hard world out there. It really is. It's hard. There's some tea going on in the theater world about Patti LuPone.
Queen Patty.
Okay, yeah, I have to be honest. I don't really know who she is. Like, I know she is famous.
She's Evita.
Did you ever see Evita?
No.
No. Wait, is that the Egyptian one?
Cry for me, Argentina.
Oh, no.
Aida.
Notice how those sound very similar.
Evita.
Aida.
Like, don't cry for me, Argentina.
No.
You saw her in company.
So, yes.
Was she good? I mean,
Yes. And actually, it was hysterical because even before the show starts, Patty's voice does the intro. that basically tells you to put your darn phone away or she's going to stop the show.
And do you
know
know
why?
she was in controversy for talking to the audience? Did you know this?
Yeah. Okay, that's why I know Patty LuPone.
Yes.
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 She was the mask one. The lady who was like,
Well, yes, yeah. During a Q&A,
Yes.
she yelled at someone for not having masks, but she has stopped shows for people being on their
so
phones.
she's not even kidding. Like she will
Oh
literally.
no,
Stop the show.
100%. She's like, "This is my light. Why are you on your phone?"
She will yell and
Yes.
like stop a show.
So they just used that. They're like, we have Patty in the show, so we're gonna have her do the intro. That's
She's
genius.
a queen. She is a queen, and she deserved a Tony. You do know what a Tony Award is.
I know what company is too.
Well, so tell us what is happening with her then. She
what's the new
says here
controversy?
she gives up the Actors Equity Card.
Okay.
You had already been talking about the fact that you've known people that gave up the card. Sounds like a really big deal for Patty to do that. And she says that she won't be on stage for a very long time, and then she's no longer wants to be part of that circus.
Wow.
Give us your thoughts.
Okay. Well, I did hear earlier than that she was planning to. She had said that company is going to be her last show.
Because she's tired?
I don't know, because it's Patty. Like in her career, she's been doing shows since the 70s?
Yeah, I think she's like.
I mean, she's
75
Broadway
or something.
royalty.
She's like, yeah.
And I'm sure there is probably a circus, and there's probably been things that she has felt that she was not represented for, right? And clearly, I wonder. I'm not saying I can answer right why things happen, but I wonder if she is giving up doing the live theater because she is losing that love because of instances like this. But it's also, she might just be tired. I can't imagine 8 shows a week, right? So even without her card, though, she can still do a cabaret. She could still work at 54 Below. She could still do movies and theater theater that anywhere she wanted to, really. She didn't have to do
now it doesn't
Broadway
have to be
theater.
a Broadway. She could do regional theater somewhere if she wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know if she
Yeah.
would want to.
Well, I know.
And maybe she
I mean,
would.
she has friends. Like, who knows if she might be like, "Hey, I never could be in a show with you before, but now I could." And so I know it's Patty. I know your face is saying it's Patty.
I don't think Patty's going to say that.
I think Patty wrote me a letter and said, "Hey, I think you have somebody named Jessica in your group, and
I'd be scared of Patty.
I'm pretty sure
Could you
I would like to be in
imagine
a
being
show."
on stage? If
No.
you could do a show with Patty
I would
LuPone,
never want to direct her. It would make me shrivel up.
Reba
and
would direct.
die.
What?
A little bit of Patty was in my last character.
Yeah.
I played a theatrical diva in my last show, and there was a little Patty.
She was just in 42nd Street.
Yes, Dorothy
Would you
Brock.
be in 42nd Street with her? What would be your show? You could be in
If you could
Jessica,
be
if
in
you would be
something.
in with Patty, what would you be in? With
Gypsy.
Her? What show?
She would be in Gypsy.
Yeah, but I probably am moving into Mama Rose land.
So what would you do?
What
then?
would you
Maybe Sweeney Todd. I wouldn't mind being the beggar woman. She'd be like,
You're like,
Mrs.
let me just be
Levitt.
the beggar woman.
Beggar woman as a killer part. No pun intended. No, she doesn't. No, she's not a killer. Backyard production of whatever. Have Patty yell at me.
That's an offer, Patty.
So Patty, the offer is now in your court. Call Jessica. Well, so do you think that you support Patty? Do you feel like this might be a little harsh, all the comments that she's making, or where are you landing on this?
It sounds like she gave up her card months before, but she spoke out about it after Lilias White stopped a Hadestown show because they thought that somebody was on a phone or some sort of device, but it turned out to be something that helps people hear.
Who are hearing impaired.
Right.
That's bad.
And
Started bringing up what had happened with Patty, and she's like, "Why are you bringing my name into this? I had nothing to do with this." Yeah, I think somebody just wanted to be like Patty.
Well,
And
yeah.
so they were like, "Okay, if Patty can do it, I can call them out too." And it didn't work so well for them. Oops.
I think Patty doesn't mind when she's in control. And if she does it, she doesn't mind, and she'll be like, whatever, I'm Patty. But I don't really
But thanks
not
for
like
thanks for
Patty
the
and I
press.
go way
She's
back.
speaking for Patty. Speak on behalf of Patty.
Actually, I think we have a phone call here. Would we like to
Hey!
take
Could you imagine if we had Patty on the other
That would
line?
be
Jessica
so
would pass
cool.
out. You would actually pass out.
Like, Queen. She's not my favorite, but she's probably my
Oh,
second
okay. Now I
favorite.
want to know who's your favorite.
Bernadette Peters.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know Bernadette Peters.
I know.
Oh, do you
love her?
Do you?
When I
I mean,
never-
wait a minute.
She was in the shows, and that she sang and she acted great, and she wore the dresses.
Which shows do you know?
Seriously not.
Do you not know
Bernadette
Bernadette Peters either?
Songboat, Love Boat,
Showboat.
Show.
Love Boat?
I'm trying. What was Bernadette Peters in? What is
Into the
she?
Woods as well.
Okay, maybe
She's
that's
the
just
witch
not my
in
show.
Into the Woods. Maybe you're just not a Sondheim
Hocus
fan.
Pocus.
Yeah, I don't know. All these.
Isn't she? Is it? She
Uh
in
oh.
one
Oh,
of them?
now
No.
Reba looks dumb.
she in
Thank
the second
goodness.
one? I
We
saw
should
her
have read up
picture.
on some
We
stuff
should
before we
have
had
it,
this
yeah.
chicken.
Patty LaPone's in it.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking. I should have. Well, okay.
I know.
All right, cut this part out, Rebecca.
No, this shows how this woman knows her stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she does.
Did you ever watch Smash at least?
No.
Like that.
Is it S.M.
That's MASH. Welcome to this episode from the Wings.
Yeah, I saw Bernadette Peters in A Little Night Music, and actually she
I
replaced
did too.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I saw a little night music.
Maybe we were there on the same night. Wouldn't
Because
that
we
be
didn't
wild?
know each other then.
We didn't.
That'd be so cute.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica, so much for
you.
being here. If you have more questions for Jessica,
Yeah.
make sure that you write them down below. It's been great to have you here, and always you, Rebecca. So until next time, this is just me
And me.
And me.
talking to you
From the wings.